Welcome to the Channel for Grace. Gobind will be live shortly. Book a tarot or astrology reading on our website, channelforgrace.guru, and check out our latest programs and classes. Please give us a share and a like, and we hope you enjoy the broadcast. Welcome to the Channel for Grace. Gobind will be live shortly. Book a tarot or astrology reading on our website, channelforgrace.guru, and check out our latest programs and classes. Please give us a share and a like, and we hope you enjoy the broadcast. Welcome to the Channel for Grace. Gobind will be live shortly. Book a tarot or astrology reading on our website, channelforgrace.guru, and check out our latest programs and classes. Please give us a share and a like, and we hope you enjoy the broadcast.
Recording in progress.
Satnam, and welcome back to the channel. My name is Gobind, and this is your Channel for Grace. Thank you guys so much for being here live, and thank you to those of you that are watching the replay. We are also uploading this video onto the Shamanic Onion channel, so welcome to that channel as well. That's Raven's channel. So I'm so excited to be here with you, Raven, and very goofy today because we're doing the air signs, and I'm really excited about this reading. How are you doing?
I'm doing so good today. It's very much air energy, so I'm already dropping into that vibe. And yeah, it's so important for us not to take life so seriously. Like having fun is, yes, please.
Yeah, exactly. No, I feel that too. I feel just more light and just feel better. I just feel better. I don't know how to describe it. Also, Pluto went direct, everyone. So congratulations, everyone. Pluto is now direct. Thank God. But yeah, so what we're going to do for those of you that are watching this for the very first time is we are going to do an Akashic record reading for all the air signs for the season of Libra. So that's Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius. And we're going to be using tarot cards. I'm going to be talking about the astrology, and we'll also be using oracle cards and the astro dice to give you your reading for the month. So this is a new thing that we've started doing. So we'll be doing it. There's one more video tomorrow to do all of the water signs, which I'm excited about that too. And then we'll be back in Scorpio season to do those monthly readings. So before we dive in, I would love for all of you guys, no matter where you're watching this, to please give this video a thumbs up. Make sure you hit the notification bell so you get notified of when we go live and when we upload videos. We have some really fun stuff in store, but I'm not going to share it yet because we got to get ready. So anyways, but yeah, we're excited. We're going to bring some new shows to you guys. And I honestly, I am ecstatic about it. And what else? We got the Miracle Morning coming up in our global community. It's a 30-day practice that you are welcome to join us for free. I'll be guiding the whole thing. We already have the video created. We did our orientation. Make sure to watch the orientation before Saturday. And then on Saturday will be day one. And I decided I'm going to do like daily posts within that space to just kind of remind everybody and maybe do some journal prompts or something like that. But yes, so I'm really excited about that. And then we got the eclipse coming up in a couple of days. I'm going to be doing the ritual and celebration on Friday instead of Saturday because, well, the moon is already in Libra on Friday. And so I wanted to kind of tune in by doing a meditation. So it's going to be much more of like ritual meditation, not so much like a party like we usually have, because I feel like this eclipse is really important. And I'll give you instructions on how to, do your ritual on your own on the actual day of the eclipse. So, because I'll also be doing that myself. So I won't be, and I also know that eclipses can be like really intense emotionally. And I feel like we all need to really like be just present with ourselves. And like, I feel this like family, like, energy about it. Like just do your thing and enjoy it and be at home and like take care of yourself. And then, yeah. So anyways, excited about that. All these things are coming up. There's links below to all of the things that we offer. So make sure to check the description of this video. And if you want to book readings with us and stuff, we'll pull all those links in the description below. So anything you want to say, Raven, before we dive in?
Yeah, just come check us out in the global community. We're pretty active there. There's always something going on. And the Starseed membership is, if you are interested at all about learning astrology or just about yourself through astrology, which is really important, you can join the Starseed membership because Jai goes above and beyond to give us all that information about the transits and journal prompts and meditations. It's really a gem. It is. Thank you so much for offering that.
I love that. Thank you for saying that. That's so sweet. Yeah. And I love doing it. I mean, I really have fun making all the videos. We have one coming up tomorrow because Mars is going to be entering Scorpio. Thank the Lord. Because I just realized right now Mars is conjunct my Pluto. 29 degrees of Libra. Yeah, no thanks. Okay, moving on. So I just let me say hi to the people in the chat. Hello, Cole and Raessa and Valerie. Welcome in. Yes, Valerie says, I'm struggling with what is happening in the world. How do I detach my energy from the pain? Dude, trust me, Valerie. Like it's like such a shock that there's no words for it. And so I've been feeling it too. I'm also air sign as well. But yeah, I don't even know what to say about that, but I feel you. I'm feeling the same thing. Okay. So we're going to begin. I'm going to say the prayer to open up the record. So feel free if you want to just close your eyes and breathe into this prayer or whatever you need. From the deep depths of the cosmic mind, I hear a whisper. This whisper calls us inwards towards our essence. A light begins to glimmer at the center of our heart. This is the light of unity, the all-knowing wisdom of the One. Through this door, we open the gates of the Akashic, the magical flower of life. We see our duality. We recognize our sacred trinity. We begin to witness infinite possibilities as we become the observer and the observed. A powerful and luminescent light engulfs our being, and we feel many dimensions all at once. We enter the Akashic records, protected and loved by all star beings that have accessed these portals before. The records are now open. May wisdom flow, may understanding descend, and may we be blessed with the light of love. Satnam, the bell really does it for me. There's just something about it. So if you're on my channel, you'll be able to see the screen share, but in a sense, you don't really necessarily have to see it. I just say that because the way that we're recording this, the share screen doesn't happen on the Shamanic Onion channel, but it's okay. You don't actually need it. But anyways, so here's the chart of right now. And there are some really, powerful transits that are happening right now. We had like Pluto just go direct. We're going to have an eclipse in like just a couple of days. It's a big deal. It's a south node solar eclipse in the sign of Libra. And so we're in Libra season. So that means the sun and the moon are going to be in Libra conjunct with, or in a really big Libra stellium with Mars. Well, Mars will already be in Scorpio, but right now Mars is right there at 29. Mercury is in Libra. Pallas Athena, the goddess of wisdom, is in Libra. So, I mean, this is a big deal because obviously this is air signs, right? So I feel like of all the signs, Libras are going to be feeling the hell out of this transit, the hell out of this like entire 18-month long transit of the nodes being in Aries and Libra. So it's really important, like self-care during times like these are really, really important. You may have your sun in Libra. You may have your rising in Libra. You may have anything that you have in Libra is really getting hit. For me, for example, I'm a Gemini rising, but my Pluto is in Libra. So right now, all this energy is hitting my Pluto, which is, the planet of transformation and change and liberation, which is a good thing, but just brings a lot of heaviness if you have Libra placements. So think about that. Wherever you have all this stuff going on is where you are doing a lot of releasing, a lot of letting go, a lot of there's closure that is needed, and you need to go find the closure. Like you have to, in some way, shape, or form, end the chapter and then start a new chapter. Because that's what the South Node tells us always, wherever it's passing by in your chart, is we were finishing that journey and we're letting go of whatever we no longer need. And then we are moving in a new direction. So I would say, starting off the bat, Libras are going to feel very intense energy these next few days and this month in general. And then for the other two air signs, so Gemini and Aquarius, this is an interesting transit for you guys and an interesting month because the energy of Libra itself is trining you. And so in a sense, you could think of as your sun or rising or moon or whatever you have in Gemini is making a trine to the south node and thereby making a sextile to the north node. And what we know about trines and sextiles is that they are very harmonious energies that come in and make things seem a little bit easier. So a square or an opposition would be a challenging transit or aspect that brings in a bit more of like a tower moment feeling energy. But the trines and the sextiles are saying, I'm going to help you kind of move through this. In fact, I'm going to help you understand this possibly at a deeper level or make it feel a little bit less intense and more easy to move through. And it's not that this is going to be an easy transit for anybody by any means, but being in a trine to the eclipse is actually a positive thing. So that's what I think is really important right now. And that's what I got for you guys for astrology. So Libra's having a really intense moment, and then the other two air signs are going to be feeling a trine. So opportunity for healing with it being possibly less intense and more like in-depth understanding of things. So, but what we want to do now is pull some cards for you guys. So what you want to let us know, Raven, what is the spread that we are going to be using?
Also, if you don't have any planets in Libra, you can look at the house. For me, I don't have any planets in Libra, but it's in my second house. And so it still gives us an opportunity to learn something depending on what house it's in.
I love that.
I wanted to mention that.
Yeah, I love that. And if you have any Gemini or Aquarius placements, they're making trines. to this frequency.
Yes.
So if you know like what the planet represents, like at a basic level, then you can add this meaning of, okay, well, I know that this Gemini energy is making a trine to the air of Libra, and it should feel not like easy, but in a sense, it's a little bit easier of a flowing energy than choppy and like difficult.
Yes. Okay, the spread we're going to do is a 7-card horseshoe spread. And I'll pick 7 cards, and the first card will be the past influences and circumstances. The second card is your current influences and energy. The third card is the near future. The fourth card is advice from spirit. The fifth card is energy from those around me. The sixth card is blockages currently, and the seventh card is the outcome. And so the air that's trying to all the air signs is like a really good opportunity to say how you feel, make sure there's balance in your communication. And where can you work on that? And it also, depends on what house it's in.
Mm-hmm. Oh my God. I'm sorry. I have to say this because I literally just pulled the same Gene Key card as we did the last 2 days. This is not, I don't even know what the fuck is going on.
I was thinking that yesterday.
Fuck? What the heck?
Because
Okay,
it's very Libra. I mean, it is, Jack. That card is very Libra.
For all 3 readings, this is the card. This is the Gene Key card that we pulled. Like, wow. I'm like, that just blew my mind. That's crazy.
I was thinking about it yesterday. What if she pulls it for every video? And so here you are pulling it for the 3rd time. But a collectively that, and when you ask about the shadows, what can we work on?
Dude, the shadow of the is selfishness. It's selfishness. It's like, it is spot on because we're trying to heal the, relationships, and the shadow of relationship is like, it's toxic relationship, but sometimes it is very much like, I am more important. And so I.
And coming out of the Venus retrograde, I mean, everyone is evaluating their relationships, their lives, their workplace, and their habits. Like, I'm seeing this at a collective level.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yeah, me too.
And so the first card that I got for the air signs for this Libra season is 3 of Wands. And it's about adventure, right? It's about contemplating the next steps. And this is the past influences and circumstances for Libra season. The next one is the current influences and energy, the King of Wands. And it's about standing in your power, having the passion to move on from these sticky situations that we might be in. The near future is the 8 of Pentacles. This is like one of my favorite cards. And so it's about getting what you want, basically, and having that abundance that you always knew was there and embracing all of it, receiving it.
I love that. The 8 of Pentacles.
The advice from spirit is the wheel. And so this is about, karmic endings and completion. And here, coming off of her hands is a light aspect and a dark aspect. And it's really beautiful. I love these spirit advice cards because sometimes this is the energy that we can't see, right? That we maybe can feel it, but still human beings need confirmation. We need validation. So, it's nice when the advice from spirit comes out, even in a not so great card too, because it gives us a chance to change our perspective. And then the energy from those around me is the Four of Wands.
Wow, there's a lot of wands.
Yeah, so this is fiery.
Yeah.
It's very fiery.
Well, I see
and
that fire like activating the air, like fueling. It's interesting.
yes, when I think of a, air sign, when we add air to a fire, it gets bigger.
Yeah.
And so, and this is a celebration card, having a good time, enjoying friends and family, and maybe pets. I'm hearing a lot of pets, and get some kind of massage therapy, or, do stuff that makes you feel good. This is the energy from those around me, and just like seeing that even though through challenging times, we can still have a good time. We can still find love within ourselves and spread that love.
I love that.
And then our blockages is Nine of Pentacles. And so what I think this is saying is that she's reaching for the pentacle that's above this pentacle. This one's closer to her, and doing the extra work.
Shadow of selfishness coming through.
Yes. So
what more?
It's so sometimes we can't see these things that are in front of us. And I'm hearing, my grandma used to say, if it was a snake, it would have bit you. And it's like, because those things are right here in the forefront, we want to go the extra mile, but sometimes you don't have to, is what I'm hearing. And then the outcome is the Knight of Swords, which is the only air card that I got here. And this really speaks of just leaving that old energy behind. And the pattern of the cards, it just speaks about that too. Don't be so focused on the past, because it's the past. Look how much you've achieved, and that will bring you to the present moment. And the only time that is important is now. And just, leaving those toxic situations. I feel like I have to say that right now, just knowing your worth and getting your communication across, and then let it be. Yes.
That Knight of Swords, like charging forward with the sword, is to me a lot of courage and moving forward. So the energy of the swords is obviously the mind, and it's knowing where you stand, knowing what you believe in, and then charging forward. It's like there's no hesitation. So I feel like the culminating message there is, let's go. Like we have everything we need. We just need to, continue forward. Like, yeah. And the sword is the sword that cuts through the cords and the negative stuff, but then also can consecrate things, like they can knight you, and it's a knight. So really cool cards. I love the Eight of Pentacles. I love that card too. And to me, what I heard from that card was that this is hard work, but we have been doing a lot of it because we have all these things, all the coins. And I'm thinking about the traditional image where he's like working really hard, and then he's got all the coins that he already made, and they're kind of stacking up. So I feel like it's a cumulative progress that we're making. So that's a good thing. It's like, yes, this is good. Dude, that Wheel of Fortune card, I mean, let me just put it up here. I freaking love this card. In the Major Arcana, and by the way, if you want to learn tarot, we're doing a tarot masterclass right now. It's ongoing, and it'll be available even after it's done. So highly recommend the tarot class. But basically, when you get to this card in the Journey of the Fool, It's a turning point. You have up until this point learned so much about how the universe works, how, I'm supposed to discern and make decisions. What's my role here? There's a lot of education that happens up to this point, and we end pretty much ready to go on our journey, like to expand beyond the journey, to actually go and have the experiences. This is also like a moment of fate, and it's a twist of fate, which also tells me that this points to, I feel the eclipse, obviously, a lot of eclipse energy here, that the wheel is turning, something is shifting, and we're about to go in a different direction. We've been doing all the work, right? The Eight of Pentacles, we've been preparing, but once this moment happens, then we're going to be ready to charge forward like the Knight of Swords. And this is a beautiful card. I mean, the imagery in this card is just like phenomenal. So you have the wheel, and there's a lot of hermetic messages here. You have, the snake, the spirit that descends into matter, the Hermanubis, which speaks of the ascension from matter back up to spirit. You've got the 4 fixed signs, right? And then they're all, I don't know if you guys noticed, but they're all reading a book. They're all studying. They all have like this book. And I feel the Sphinx with the sword represents like our true self. And I feel this also connecting to that card you just pulled, the Knight of Swords. It's like we know who we are. We have the knowledge now. We're centered and balanced in who we are. But now the wheel is going to turn, and a new story is about to begin. But the fact that this is what I'm noticing is the books that they're studying, because, and I'm going to go into the cards that I pulled. We pulled the Hierophant as the theme, the main theme for air signs. What is the Hierophant? The Hierophant is basically like the hermetic teacher. He's like Thoth in a way. He's the one that brings the information and teaches us how to use it. And we are like these students down here. So I'm sensing that the shift that we're about to move into is deeper education, like deeper studying, deeper knowing, that can only come through hard work. You have to do the work. This isn't something that happens just by itself. And it also can't be just in your mind. You can't be, and this speaks to all the air signs, you can't always just be in your head. You have to bring that energy down, just like in the Wheel of Fortune, the energy of the snake, where is it? Over here, that, descends down into matter, spirit into matter, thought into matter, thought into manifestation. You have to bring it down to earth. But I feel like a lot of knowledge is coming, education is coming, and however way that shows up for you, that it doesn't matter, because it's going to be different for everyone. But this is what we are going to be focusing on, and we are focusing on for this month. There's a lot of learning, there's a lot of study, there's a lot of yes, teacher, and when I say that, I mean like your spirit guides, your angels. Like, what are you learning? Open your mind to what is coming in, because knowledge and wisdom is coming in that you need on your path forward of change that is coming. So I feel like the really beautiful cards. Then we have Pono Pono, immeasurable power of the heart way. This card is really beautiful. And what's really cool is that the energy of Libra itself represents the high heart. And the high heart is the chakra right in between the heart and the throat. And it's this energy of contemplation and silence. It's when we hold the breath and we're like, oh, and it's like the magic is right there in the stillness and in the silence. And it connects us to higher frequency, our higher self. So I love that this is coming through for all the air signs, specifically because we have Libra in the air signs. So immeasurable power of the heart way, moving through from the heart, is so important right now for us to heal. The shadow that we are dealing with is, we got again the 27th gene key, which is the shadow of selfishness that transmute into the gift of altruism, into the city of selflessness, To give to others simply for the sake of giving activates healthy currents deep within your body. My gift to you. It is time to look honestly at your relationship to giving. Are you giving from your heart, or are you giving away your power? Are you giving without attachment or with a hidden agenda? What did you learn during the first 7 years of your life about selfishness and selflessness? I ask you to be intuitive in your giving. Give to causes and to people who are fertile, who can make use of the gifts they receive. If you are feeling angry or resentful, do not give, not yet. Wait until your heart opens. Practice random acts of kindness whenever possible, and your sincere altruism will bring more joy and abundance into your life than you can possibly imagine. So, I mean, this is the frequency of like giving brings back. We think of doing will manifest, but it's actually when you give, you manifest. It's a really cool perspective, different way of thinking of how manifestation works. And the animal that we got is the hummingbird. It's a bird, which is air. So love that. And it's a very Gemini energy. Hummingbirds are very Gemini. They're like zip, 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 like in one place and then zoom, zoom. It's very air energy. So I love that. But the hummingbird itself is about seeing the beauty and drinking from the nectar of God. Because the hummingbird drinks, from the nectar of the flowers, and the nectar of the flowers represents that divine, like, love, you could say. And the hummingbird is also one of the only creature that has ever seen God face to face, because he's very clever, and because he can hide in places and kind of transport himself. And that cleverness is something that is very much a part of all the air signs. So I just love that this is the card that we got. But this tells us, like, focus on the things that are beautiful, drink from the nectar of love and feel this, feel yourself bringing this in. And I love that it's connected to bring it into your heart. Drink from the nectar of love and bring it into your heart. That's so freaking powerful. Anything you want to add before I roll the astro dice, Raven?
Yes, I'm asking why this altruism card keeps coming out. And so I was brought to just keeping your heart open. And I know it really takes a lot of courage to do that. Also, I was brought to her braids and the wisdom in someone's hair, right? It represents your wisdom. And then the braids, it's just this beautiful energy that is together, just holding it together. And are those birds on her earrings? I was just wondering.
I'm not sure. It could be, but it looks like just some kind of a design.
Okay. But yeah, this shadow of selfishness, it really sticks out to me. And then on the other side, keeping your heart open, don't give when you're feeling angry or bitter. And so it brought me to an image of like filling up your cup and then having this overflow. And then that's when you give. Know when to give. And so know when to give love to yourself. Once you've done that, opening your heart to yourself is number one, and then you can give that out to others.
Well, something that just came through as well is like, so this is a native woman, and then in this card, it's also a native woman, and in the hummingbird card, it is ancient knowledge. You could say these represent sort of the wisdom of our ancestors. So the braids are a very ancient sort of tradition as well in the native culture, and they symbolize, I think, strength, courage, wisdom, experience, like the long braids and the long hair. And then this is also ancient wisdom because it's ancient Hermetic wisdom. So there's a lot of there's ancient wisdom and the ancestors coming through and saying, you need to pay attention because there's a lot of information here. Like everywhere you look, There's information that you can tap into. How are you going to do it? By connecting to your heart space, by connecting to the high heart chakra. And so
Yes.
I'll pull some astro dice, and the question that I want to ask is, how can we best work with this energy, or any other messages that want to come through for all the air signs? Okay, so we got Pluto, which is the planet of transformation, liberation, also the god of the underworld. So going underneath the surface, looking at what's underneath the surface in the sign of Taurus, which is an earth sign. So I would say these are the shadows of the earth. These are the shadows of the 3D world, of the material world. And in the 5th house, which is the house of passion, creativity, children, love, romance, it's about expressing our passion here on this earth. And as we do that, what the process of that looks like transmuting our individual shadows into gifts that will bring abundance, which is that Taurus sign is about abundance of the earth, but it's also walking the path and knowing that on this earth, we exist in this realm where there is shadows, there is a subconscious, there is a light and a dark, there is duality. But even through this duality, what we find is more depth, because that's what Pluto represents. And so bring that depth of Pluto into this third time space, third reality, third dimension, time space reality, by expressing your passion and your creativity. So that's what I get.
That's amazing.
Super
I meet
beautiful.
I meet a
message.
lot
Yeah.
of people who say that they are not creative. And what I think it is that this limiting perspective of creativity. When you say creative, you think artist or singer or, but there's so many different ways to be creative. And I've learned quite a few things on my spiritual journey about that. And it speaks to when you get into your creativity, whatever that may be, because there's so many ways, and it opens you up to hear and to feel the universe. And it's receiving. It's about receiving that information like you were talking about. And yeah. And maybe that people say, I'm not creative. I really do see right through that. And I'm like, tell me about it. Tell me more, because I'm going to show you how you can be creative and what it actually is. I'm a 5th house sun, Sagittarius anyway. So I've really learned that doing something creative is very therapeutic. It really is.
Healing lies there because you're expressing the inner essence of your soul freely. There's no restrictions. That's what being creative is. It's just you flow. You let that inner light shine out, and whatever it wants to do, it doesn't matter. Like what it actually does doesn't matter. Creativity isn't bound by, what you mentioned, these ideas that we have about what is, who's creative and who's not. You can have a freaking like lawmaker. You know what I mean? Like that's like the furthest thing from like creative that we think. But like even in that space, that person, that lawyer, whatever, can find immense creativity. That was a funny example. But anyway.
No, it's true.
Yeah. And thank you. Thank you. It was so nice to do this reading. And I feel like this is I feel complete. I feel like this was a really powerful reading. And so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to close the records, and then we will complete this message. So thank you guys all for being here. From the deepest depths of our soul, we give gratitude and love, for we understand we are a fractal of that cosmic whole. As we give, so we get, open to all possibilities through all time and space. We walk through the Akashic portal back to our inner space, remembering that this wisdom lives within every cell of our being. Thank you, star beings, for holding this sacred space and for protecting us during this journey through time and space. The records are now closed. All right. Thank you guys all for being here. We will be back tomorrow to do all the water signs, which I actually feel like something powerful is looming with that message in a good way. So come join us again tomorrow, same time tomorrow. If you want to watch it live, or if you're watching the replay, thank you guys for being here, and leave a comment below. Let us know how this resonated for you. And we hope you have a beautiful rest of your day. Sat Nam.
Much love.